Previously on Roleplay Radio.
Hello, little creature. He's just gonna try touching the top of its little mushroom cap. I think it's a fey creature?
Campestries, they're called.
Campestries.
Yeah, but that one looks odd. The color is off. There's no moss on it, there's no dirt on it, it's very clean.
So it's a tidy one.
There are several artifacts, Griff, and he pulls out a list. Very special books. Pre-owned by a very special person. Rose Pentagar. Those books are valuable, Griff. You find those books for me.
Why do you want these books? What's in them?
You know what's in them, Griff. To be able to jump into a book, to live out your wildest dreams, and come back unharmed. I know many rich folk who would kill to participate in that auction. You find Aurora. She's hanging out with Thorn. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, mistake. You realize they're taking you to the Living Willows. You can see the dryads. These are my siblings. Their food has been eaten, crushed, vomited all over by something not natural.
Mistake knows jack shit about nature.
She's going to tap her earring.
You think that you could step into my territory? Who are you? I am the Garbage King! Run!
It's a garbage king!
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh, excuse you, Alex.
Yep, that was Alex.
Sure was. We all heard it.
That's not cordial. Let's start with a quick vibe check. How are your characters feeling so far about the events that have unfolded, the events that are looming? Just in general, how are people feeling?
Well, Koss is of two minds about things, because on one hand, it seems like the orc are no longer attacking us. It means that maybe we'll get to focus on our schoolwork for this year. On the other hand, they've got a bit of a roommate situation to deal with, but they're cautiously optimistic, or at least that's what they're telling themselves.
Gary's doing pretty great. He just had a breakthrough on this auric memory stuff that he's trying to cure. He's got a great roommate. So far, his classes have been good. The only real downside is now he has to wear a beard hairnet when he's working at the bow's end.
Yes.
And that's like not the most fun.
For Mistake, she is very happy to have a friend from Redfell in the school. She's been very much trying to come up with ways that she can get the 800 gold for King to go for a second year. She has been a little distracted because of her winter plans. She knows would be very dangerous, and her current mindset right now is she has a very good lead on that. She is using her earring to a potentially unhealthy degree.
Yep.
Yeah, so Koss is just happy for a normal school year, where nothing significant will happen.
Yeah, and Mr. Burninghammer, vibe check.
He had a good summer. He built the headquarters with Bart. Hates his dad being in charge. He is not looking forward to how any of that's going to go. He's performing well in class, which is good. And still in the back of his mind, he's aware that he's the tank now. So he better be doing well in classes that require him to physically perform. My roommate is obsequious, is the word.
Door opens. Would you like some caviar?
I would.
Here you go. Let me know if you need anything.
He seems to know what I want all the time. With uncanny timing. This is really rare caviar. I mean, I shouldn't be doing this, but I like it.
So, Kamira has been relatively busy because she is all in on this idea to be the head of her own team, which is being funded by Professor Blackstone. She's been pretty busy with her girls, but you managed to catch her.
I think Koss is just waiting in the room, because they've kind of been assuming that they would run into Kamira at some point because they live together, but that hasn't happened. So they're just kind of like chilling, working on some music probably, and then...
I want to say the tarantula comes in first under the door. And that's how you know she's coming. So she walks in.
Cos will put their loot down. Hey there, Kamira.
Oh, hi.
Nice shower?
Yeah, I had to clear the entire shower so I can have my privacy.
Right. I guess it's nice to have a bit of privacy sometimes. Which, speaking of, I haven't seen you around for a bit.
Yeah, no, I've been very busy. I'm forming my own team, Cos.
Yeah, I heard.
The Black Parade.
Mm-hmm. I got a flyer, even.
Oh, they gave you one. Well, I'm so sorry. It's only for black-leaning students.
Right, of course. Good luck. I hope it goes well.
Thanks.
So, I just wanted to ask, it seems like you kind of been avoiding me since the business with the mirror.
She's like angrily brushing her hair, or aggressively, but like her face doesn't show any sign of pain, but you do hear the yeah, really did a number on us there, Cos.
Well, I just wanted to check in and see if you were still mad about that.
That was the sophomore prank. And in Silverquill, the sophomore prank is a big deal. And I was chosen to pull the sophomore prank on a white-leaning student. And then you came in and just ruined it.
It kind of seems like you pulled the prank already. I just got that Owlin out of it.
Okay. Fine. Did Shubhadri deserve that? Probably not. But you could have asked.
Could have asked for what? To get
Permission?
to get her out?
Yeah. That was my prank, sabotaged by you. Are
Okay.
you gonna sabotage everything I do, Cos? Are you gonna sabotage this team for me?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know, you're white-leaning.
That's like the opposite of what lighting people do.
You're gonna swing in and try to change it into the white parade.
The what? No. That sounds problematic to me for some reason.
You know,
I don't have context for
Hearing it out
why.
loud, yes it does, actually. Sorry.
Listen, I'm not gonna ask for permission to do nice things for other people. So I suppose if that's where we're at, and if that's going to be a problem for you, then we'll have to work something out. As long as you accept that, then we can still be good roommates. You said it was a prank, right?
Yes.
So if it helps, think of this as a counter prank.
Is that a challenge?
Depends, do you accept?
You think that you could outdo me in pranks?
I didn't say that, I just said this seems to be your language, so I figured I might as well learn to speak it a bit.
You don't have me pegged as a trickster. Your friend, the tiefling, on the other hand. She trustworthy?
Everybody on the F squad is incredibly trustworthy. I owe them all my life, multiple times over, so...
Well, that's nice. Seems like you have an efficient team.
We do.
My girls, on the other hand, just follow me around and do my bidding. It gets a bit annoying sometimes.
Have you considered not having them follow you around?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Well, for what it's worth, if it's a matter of wanting to avoid being followed around, I've gotten really good at that ever since we got famous on the campus. So if you want help with that, I can do some makeup work.
That's really sweet, Cos. Very sweet that you think you can help me with my makeup. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm sorry if this hurts. I'm just blunt. Okay? The F Squad strikes me as more of a fad. You get me? Fads come and go, but important people, ambitious people, they are remembered. I want to be, I don't know, city councilwoman, mayor, perhaps even governor of one of the city-states someday. I'm not gonna get there by being a fad. You can help me out and maybe make it somewhere in life. Or you could be a fad, or hang out with your friends and get into trouble and go on adventures that will either get you killed or imprisoned. Is that really a win, Cos?
I suppose it wouldn't be, but for what it's worth, the F-Squad has gone official now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're officially sponsored by
Sponsored?
the university.
Oh. You had me worried there. I thought you meant for a team for the Dragons Cup at the end of the year.
Oh, well, there are talks.
Well, cute. But I'm winning the championship at the end of the year, cause me and the Black Parade.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck then.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And if we need any white silver quills, I will let you to fetch us water and stuff, and maybe do the ordering of the uniforms. I will let you know.
So, just to be clear, are we cool?
We're cool for now. I told you already, cuz. Just don't get in my way, and the year will be smooth as gravy.
Not commonly known for being smooth.
I think it's pretty smooth.
I guess you've been
I'm
having...
never wrong, cuz.
Right, I guess you have fancy gravy.
Before the conversation ends, she'll have this moment of realization, almost like, fuck, I'm being over the top, aren't I? And she will have a moment of, for lack of a better term, humanity, and will just say, I used to be kind like you, cuz didn't get me anywhere. So, forgive me if I'm not quick to trust your kindness.
I understand that more than you might think. All of last year was about being kind, and we still ended up losing a couple of good friends in the end, so...
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, me neither. If you're kind to people, they'll walk all over you. That's what life's taught me. So, I refuse. I'm gonna do the walking over them.
I think I need to get to, what was my next class?
Motivational
Motivational speech, that's the one I was thinking of.
Of course you do.
So best of luck with the Black Parade.
Thanks. We just enlisted a new Witherbloom,
Oh,
a vampire.
oh good. Then that reference worked out then.
Reference?
Yeah, I suggested Aurora for the team.
Oh, you suggested that to the girls. Oh, well, I guess I do have you to thank for that then. She's wonderful. A true lost soul. Musical, but, you know, we can fix that.
I don't like how you said that. Anyways, I need to get to class. Bye.
Okay. So, you are summoned to Witherbloom. You are asked to meet in the outskirts, right where the dryads' nests are. The Living Willows, they call them. Thorn and Aurora are there waiting for you. Thorn is just waiting meditatively, cross-legged in front of this tree where there's a lot of dryads just hovering around him. Aurora goes up, hugs Koss, hugs Mistake, looks at Griff and Gary, and
Griff gives a very wary
fist bump.
because Gary's his boy. But Gary doesn't know that Griff feels this way.
Aurora very awkwardly fist bumps Griff, and then
We can still hug.
right, she hugs Gary. Great. So, thank you guys for agreeing to do this. I know there was other missions that were offered, but my roommate and I are very concerned about this.
Well, you're official B Squad members now, so we've got to take into account what you want to prioritize.
We chose this over one from your uncle, so be honored.
So, Gary, hi.
Hi.
Could you do that thing that you do
Oh.
with the stones?
Oh, sure. And make some magic stones.
Stones? Right. She takes one sec. Great. I know we're technically not allowed to help you, but fuck that. If you get into trouble, we are 100%. We're gonna have your back. And in fact, I got some backup. Faculty's technically not allowed to help the dryads, but faculty is obliged to help students who are in danger. So if you get into danger, just let us know, and... Shit. Hang on, I'll be right back. And she turns into a bat.
Wait, was she talking about sending stones?
She was. I really hope that she gets back before she gets in trouble.
She might not know what a sending stone looks like, so you gave her a magic
You made a
stone.
magic stone.
Aurora comes back as a bat. She is being followed by a dragon's guard with pink hair, who is a half-orc. And the other one is a librarian wearing overalls, who I think only Mistake would know because Mistake works at the Biblioplex. Yeah, I called upon some backup. Like I said, faculty is technically not allowed to help the dryads, but they are obliged to help students in need. So if anything, just message us. The staff can come get you and we'll tag along, obviously. And there arrive Kadrin and Filoni. Yeah, so my friends are about to go into Sedgemoor. Any words of advice?
Don't trust mounds of moss.
Do you mind clarifying that a bit more?
Groffs. They are these large hounds. If you're not paying attention, they just sort of look like moss-covered stones. They are very aggressive if they get angry at you. And they don't generally like people stepping on their heads, as one can imagine.
There's also a lot of abandoned buildings over there. Shops, restaurants, Dragon's Guard bases, but there was too much magical wildlife. Took them right over.
Right, okay. Good to know.
There are also these other creatures that you may have heard of.
Okay, there's more than just hounds.
Of course, 'tis a swamp. There are great many creatures.
Of course.
There are snakes, there are crocodiles, there are also brackish trudges.
I don't...
They're basically rotting plants given form. They smell terrible. You'll smell them probably before you see them.
Do you say that if we run into trouble, we can just call on you too?
Be around, keeping an eye out.
I usually do wander these areas, come twilight.
Yeah, they're great. Filoni is a proud member of the Dragon's Guard, been watching over the detention bog since the owlbears last year. And Kadrin, well...
Kadrin just kind of gives Aurora like a big smile.
She's a friend of my uncle's.
Call her that.
Great. Gary, do you think you could refresh your magical stones?
Oh, right. Sorry, Aurora, that's not a sending stone.
She was already putting it in her bra. What?
That's not a sending stone.
What is it?
It's a magic stone.
How am I supposed to call you with this?
Well, that's not what you said. You said do the thing with the stones.
Yeah.
This is the thing I do with stones.
Gary.
Can we... Hold on. I just want to take a real quick second here. And Costa's gonna grab Gary and Aurora and pull them off to the side. Right. Just quick vibe check before we go on this mission. I know the two of you had some weird history at the end of the last year. Are you two okay?
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're good.
Great. I understand that the two of you both have complicated feelings about what happened.
Yeah,
but
you
it's...
call it that.
Gary's just not looking at Aurora.
I know you're a very good friend, but I think you're in his head a little too much. He talks to you when you're not there. That's probably a bigger thing to unpack than me and him.
Okay, well listen.
Does Gary hear that?
Yeah.
And it's shoulder grip hears it.
That's fine. He talks to my head too sometimes.
Okay.
It's a whole bit. It's a thing.
Listen.
Have you guys considered dating?
Whoa.
No.
Well, it sounds like
no.
you're in each other's heads a lot, so I mean, just...
Listen, I just wanted to make one thing clear. When we're out here in the fields, we're squad mates.
Yep.
And we've got each other's backs, okay?
Of course.
I'll have your backs, for sure.
Good.
That's fine. We're good?
Yeah,
Handshake?
I just misunderstood with the stones.
Yeah, can we get the useful ones?
Yes, yep.
Thank you.
Gary, you're going in there first?
What?
No, it's probably me.
No, if it has been 24 hours and we haven't heard from you, we will assume you are dead.
What about 8?
Yeah, maybe more like 8. I care a lot about these guys. The F Squad wanders into Sedgemoor. You've heard of Sedgemoor. You've been at Strixhaven for over a year at this point. As Filoni and Kadrin mentioned, it is wild swampland. Here and there, you can see ruins of buildings that used to be in use. Dormitories, offices, dining halls. All of these buildings are now basically half-standing. Rampant magic took over and it became uninhabitable and unsafe. Even the paths that you're in, the shrubbery is overgrown, plant life has like grown through the cobblestones. The rope bridges are also half hanging, supported no longer by ropes but by vines. And as you walk deeper and deeper, I want to say you end up walking for a while. Griff, you're leading. Can you roll a survival check, please?
I was thinking you should not.
Well, I'm gonna.
I mean, can I do that instead?
Because we're next to each
basically
other.
second
Sure,
leading.
sure.
Well, I rolled a 3.
Okay, well I rolled a 5.
Yay!
It does come out to a 9.
You guys are wandering into Sedgemoor and you find a lot of these cool abandoned buildings. Unfortunately, kind of get the group a little lost, you guys. There is trash. Mistake would know that whatever this person or creature is called itself the Garbage King.
Does it look like recent trash, or does it look like, wow, this trash sure has been here a long
I was
time?
gonna say, wow, this trash sure has been here a long time.
All right.
So I want to say a couple of hours in, and you are lost as hell. Surrounded by colorful flora, even the scent around you becomes rich. It smells sweet like honey. But that's the thing, right? It just becomes a whole lot of magical forest, and you don't quite know what to do. Minutes tick by.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to be honest. I'm not one of the most woodsy people, and I don't have a compass.
I miss Shelly in this moment.
Ooh, actually, I do always know which way is north.
Oh, Gary should too!
So, can we use that to help us not get fucking lost?
Yeah, absolutely. So while Cos and Griff got lost, Gary and Mistake are in the back.
At some point after we've done the third circle, we're both sitting there kind of smug, like, do you want help, fearless leaders?
Gary is going to cast Enhance Ability on Mistake with Owl's Wisdom.
Ooh.
I'm imagining if you repurpose one of the owls that Captain Dapplewing has, like a little miniature owl figurine, basically. You just like donk Mistake on the head with it, and like, you're wise now.
That sounds cute.
It does. It's like a little wand with an owl at the end.
Yes! Okay.
As you're all wandering through Sedgemoor, maybe like hanging out at like outside of one of these abandoned buildings, discussing which way to go, Mistake realizes while the tracks may have been covered up, that gooey substance that I think you did see in the
Oh, is
swamps.
this like where it spits on things?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That gooey substance, you see some of it and it's melted down some of the nearby, like, it's a berry shrub that has been melted down by this liquid and munched on. And from there, you can kind of vaguely see more of it in the distance, giving you a direction.
I'm gonna say with the owl's wisdom, at first Mistake sees a bush and is like, there sure is a bush right there. And then the owl's wisdom thing kind of kicks in, and I'm gonna say it changes how she sees briefly, where it's almost like her eyes just focus on it and then go like super owl vision, because owls can see crazy far. And it just starts focusing her on all of these other things to the point where it's almost a little dizzying.
A little bit of Victorian Sherlock Holmes music starts.
Yes. For her, it's very unexpected because, like Griff, she doesn't know nature shit. And she's like, alright, owl's wisdom. It's pretty cool.
Oh, good. So it works then.
Apparently, it does. Bushes this way.
Right?
Follow the
Mistake, why are we following melted bushes?
I think about how the garbage king eats or something. It melts the things and then eats it.
Ugh, like a fly.
You know, something like that.
Like an outside stomach.
Oh, that's
Sounds nasty.
that's worse.
Yeah, I made it worse, sorry.
Yeah.
That is how flies work, but
I hadn't really considered it like an outside stomach.
I wish I didn't say that.
Yeah,
Let's
but
keep
you
going. Yeah, I know.
Now we're all just going to continue doing this while thinking about outside stomachs.
God, I wish we could do something like edit that out of our memories.
don't have that spell yet.
As you walk deeper into Sedgemoor, a couple of things begin to change. Some of the flowers, before you got this far, were swaying with the wind. But as you walk deeper, the flowers start moving on their own. Gary, at some point, as you guys are trying to push through the shrubbery, one of the flowers just like looks right at you. Literally looks. The center of this flower has an eyeball, and it blinks at you.
I'll blink back.
As you walk deeper, you notice that a lot of these flowers have an eyeball at the center, or teeth, or something. They are moving and just kind of eating stuff around them. Mistake, you hear some chirping. A bird lands on your shoulder.
She freezes.
Bird's just looking up, and then turns to you and you realize it has two heads.
Her shoulder, she's just like trying to get her head as far away from her own shoulder as she can and just not moving.
And then it flies away.
Continues moving.
Critters of all sorts are scurrying about, and you realize they're not necessarily critters that you're familiar with. Some have two tails, several eyeballs. Both plant and animal life around you has significantly been altered.
These are some fun cookie friends.
That's a
Are
word
they
for it.
friends? I don't know. I don't know that I consider flowers with teeth to be friends.
Most things have teeth, though.
Flowers don't. That's a very clear point of flowers. They do not have teeth.
Griff, one of the plants, starts to kind of try to bite the bottom of your tracksuit.
No, I just got that hemmed.
It tears the teeth off
Oh, come on!
and just starts eating it.
God, Bart's gonna be mad. No, you won't. That's fine.
I guess we can keep moving faster, right?
Carefully? Carefully faster.
Yes. Watch out for moss.
Yes.
Griff tucks his tracksuit pants into his high tops.
And as you move deeper in, along with all these weird critters and weird plant life, the sweet scent of honey suddenly gets mixed in with this awful, reeking scent. Picture if somebody literally rolled around in garbage and then sprayed an entire bottle of fruit spray on themselves. It is a very pleasant smell mixed with an awful smell. And garbage. There is garbage and garbage and garbage. More and more accumulates as you walk deeper in. And I'm not talking about old garbage anymore. Some of this stuff starts to look relatively fresh. Coffee cups, candy wrappers, paperwork that got smeared in food and got thrown away, stuff like that. Just empty cans smeared with whatever old food they used to contain.
I think this is where we start being careful.
Yes, that sounds right. Do you want to take the lead as the most careful?
All right, might as well.
You hear around the corner.
Do I see anything?
Not off the bat.
Gonna very carefully kind of try peer around the corner, see what's there.
Alright, roll a perception check.
Garbage at these. Oh, that's 19.
Okay. You see a can among the plant life and the garbage. You see a can that's just kind of moving around. Small can, cup-sized. And it's just kind of moving around.
Is it within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Gonna mage hand pick it up.
Your mage hand picks it up and out flies a little pixie. Now, you've never seen pixies at Strixhaven before. This is the first.
What do we know about pixies?
You can roll a history check.
Do that. 12.
Okay.
Nat 20!
Hey!
18.
For some reason, Gary and Griff know all there is to know about pixies.
Gary's studious!
Gary's very studious, and
Griff is rich.
Yep.
Griff's had access to the Burning Hammer library since he was a kid. Not that he used it for many things, but
Griff
yeah.
really liked this one children's story about pixies when he was a kid, and it launched
Gary
him.
the Fairy.
Some kids just get obsessed with dinosaurs. Griff got obsessed with pixies for a brief period of time in his childhood.
Until Papa Burning Hammer was like, no.
I approve this canon.
And you know everything there is to know about pixies, including that they're tricksters, they live in communities isolated from civilization, and that they are native to the Feywild, and not native to Arcadius.
Well, that's the second creature from the Feywild we've run into in Witherbloom. At least.
Do you think maybe there's some sort of, portal that's been opened?
Does seem pretty likely. I remember, Madame Lisette did say the Campastri's coloring was different than from the Feywild, but...
Weren't we supposed to talk to the Dragon's God about that too?
We were. That was a good opportunity.
It was. We didn't actually do that.
It feels like that was our responsibility more than yours mistake for some reason.
Maybe because I want nothing to do with the weird little mushroom? I mean,
Maybe.
it is kind of cute, but I don't like being responsible for other creatures.
The ground begins to quake. You hear footsteps. Heavy footsteps.
Gonna motion everyone to like hide somewhere.
It's gonna...
Roll me a stealth check, everybody.
Let's do it.
Stealth. It's a 19.
21.
91.
16.
So that is a 4. However, it comes out to a 14.
Still the lowest, but that's not bad. It's not bad.
Griff will go up a tree. Griff is not going to go in the garbage. Griff goes in the tree.
Cost does a minor illusion to create garbage over them.
Oh, beautiful. And Gary?
Go in the garbage.
Just drop yourself.
Yeah, let's go with that. He dives right into the garbage.
I think like right next to where Cost is, and Cost just whispers, "If I'd known you were gonna do that, I would have made it bigger."
What?
And then there's Mistake.
Mistake goes to hide under one of the shrubs, like the fruit, but it's one that's like, not too badly melted.
Yeah.
She goes to hide under that. She doesn't know it's the kind with thorns on it.
Oh.
So she's trying to hide in that because it's too late to go find a different hiding spot.
Mhm.
She does still get that 14.
She does, and it's good enough that you're very quiet despite the thorns pricking at you. And the four of you witness this lumbering mass of something. It is about the size of an owlbear, but it's not an owlbear. And you can tell that from the smell alone. It's a lumbering mass that is walking on four limbs, but its back, it's full of fungi. There are mushrooms growing on its back. It is like very hunched over. It's got a giant tusk like a rhino, except it's sticking out of its chin. It is also carrying, hanging off of its back and its tusk, are bags full of trash. And it is just walking. And you hear it speak. Dryads climbing trees, too high to climb.
Gary's gonna set a snare for it. What Gary is doing is he's like dove into this trash, and while it's really nasty, at least like, 'cause I assume there's like rats in the trash.
Oh yeah.
Like that it's moving enough that he can just kind of squirm around and lay down this magical rope.
Sure. As you're squirming, you do notice that there is an abandoned building within like 30 feet, and that's the direction that the Garbage King is heading towards. So you can 100% do this. He does hear Mistake, because a thorn pricks her because a 14 is not as high as I expected it to be. The Garbage King, as it's walking, just goes, "Mm."
She starts bleeding because it cuts her a little bit. You can smell the blood.
That same pixie that you mage-handed out of the can flies near you, sees you, and then just flies away, and that's what the Garbage King follows. Stupid pixies! It just keeps moving. I'm gonna say that all of you, because you took Physiologies of Magical Beasts last year with Professor Varelda Lang, you know that that's a brackish trudge. You also know that they don't speak.
We'd also know it's a brackish trudge because Philomi lectured them about it.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
At this point, Gary gets back over to Koss, and she's like, "Alright, we should get it to come this way."
Towards us?
Yes, if we get it to go exactly in this circle.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. We should move away from this place.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
So I think they try to sneak closer to Mistake, I think.
Okay.
Because she's not up in a tree.
Yep. So, Gary sets this trap, huh?
Trap.
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 So if we're trying to lure it into the trap, I think what Cost is going to do is they're going to cast minor illusion to create a sound of somebody within the pile of trash that Snare is in.
So the Garbage King was heading towards its lair
Yep.
when it hears what exactly?
Oh, I'm covered in garbage! Oh my god, there's so much garbage falling off of me! Gosh, I wish somebody would help take all this garbage off!
And then use a silent image so I can get a moving image of somebody popping up out of the garbage.
The Garbage King turns around, takes him a couple of seconds. What does he see?
He sees what Cost imagines as a generic person, so Ricard, covered head to toe with just various bits of garbage falling off of them. And no matter how much this person attempts to get the garbage off of themselves, it always seems to be there's another layer of garbage.
Foolish kid! I am the Garbage King! You are an imposter! Run! And then he starts charging. And the ground is quaking before you. Splashes of green water spray into the air, might even hit some of you. And it heads right into the snare. Now, the moment he gets close and touches the ground, fungus starts to creep into your toes. So first, the three of you, not Griff because he's in the tree, can you roll me a DC 13 saving throw? This is Constitution.
14.
10. 18.
Okay. You notice that this fungus starts to grow around your feet and some of it just bursts into a puff of green smoke that stinks like all hell. Mistaken Cost see it coming and immediately cover their noses. Gary, however...
Mistake grabs the red Lorehold scarf and pulls that over her face.
Hell yeah.
Cost just flips into a form of Valentose.
And Gary takes a big old whiff of it. It hits him immediately because he was in the garbage. He was right in front of the fungus. Cloud of Smoke gives him 4 poison damage.
Oh.
But it did walk right into your snare, so tell me what happens.
Well, it's a dexterity saving throw.
Alright. 0 dex.
Oh!
It's an 18.
So what I'm picturing is it steps foot into the snare lifts it up, but it's so heavy that it just bursts. And it just falls right back.
Silvery barbs.
Okay, good luck, Gary. Still a 0 dex.
Oh
Damn it!
It's the same roll! It was meant to be, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the snare pulls it right up by one limb. But this thing is so massive that it just bursts and it just flops right back into it. I will say that it's prone.
I love this though, because Gary's just like, oh, okay, that didn't work. We should probably back up real fast.
Yep. Gonna get the fuck away from this thing.
Mistake, take advantage of the next thing you do.
It sees you, the three of you, not Griff. Trespassers! Do you not know who I am? I am the Garbage King! Roll initiative, you guys, please. Okay, this thing is now face to face with you. You can smell its breath. You see all the garbage hanging off of him. Coffee cups, like empty wrappers, like stuck to him, like just full of garbage. Mistake, you're first. The first thing you have to do is roll again for spores.
That's a 4.
Okay, you could move away, but before you do, this fungus at your feet just bursts into a cloud of green gas that fills your lungs and gives you 6 HP of poison damage.
Gonna GTFO way over here.
You run around that tree.
Yep, going to shoot it. That's a 15.
Okay, that will hit.
Sweet.
It just roars in agony. I was going to eat all of you, but you, I'm going to save her. Cause
No bueno.
Cause, you're next.
Koss is going to, let's see, I think I need to make a saving throw first.
Oh yes, sorry, you are very close to it, so...
I do pass, yes. That's a 20.
Okay. Yeah.
So Koss is just going to, as it finishes saying this, is going to say, well, that's nice, but first off, how about some entertainment? And then they whip their paintbrush out, and a swirling orb of light forms right here. They are casting Hypnotic Pattern. 11 fails. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0, ends if the creature takes any damage.
What does this look like that he's looking at?
It's kind of like one of those swirly kaleidoscopes hovering in the air, but the more you look at it, the more it fills your entire vision.
Interesting. It becomes very entranced by this thing. Beautiful.
And then Koss is going to, seeing that this has worked, back away and say, all right, everybody maneuver, get to where you need to be, and then let's reassess our plan.
Okay. It is its turn. So can it make a saving throw again?
No, it can't. It's a full minute until it takes damage. So we've got basically 10 rounds to maneuver as we need.
Oh boy.
Griff is next.
Griff wants to hold an action, but he wants to throw Firebolt at the creature's home.
Follow your heart. I don't think that breaks your thing.
No, it shouldn't. Just to be clear, our goal here is to incapacitate this creature.
I mean, our goal here is to help the dryads, and this is the thing that's hurting the dryads by eating all of their food.
Yeah.
And it also complained about stupid dryads, so I don't think this is a let's just make friends with it and teach it the error of its ways kind of thing.
It does feel like a unique creature, so...
Yeah. I am curious to check out its lair.
Yeah.
Tell you what, for now, not gonna burn it down, but it's on the table. The action that's gonna hold is what I'm gonna hold is whenever this creature has its focus back, he's gonna shoot chromatic orb.
Okay. Your scaled arm begins to glow as you're holding this orb.
Well, that comes from his ring.
Oh, all right. Then your ring starts to glow as you're holding this orb. Thank you. That's true. That's canon. Gary. Saving throw first.
Oh, yes.
You are right next to it. These spores keep on popping up.
That is a 10.
And you get an additional 5 points of poison damage. More of this starts like getting into your nose and eyes, and your eyes become red.
Heck yeah, make me suffer.
I'm gonna say, because I want to take an action while I'm still here, he gets this poison in the face because he's getting out his can of silly string and just silly string webbing the area around the Garbage King before he scoots on out of the way.
What's the silly string?
Web.
Oh, web. Okay.
It is web.
As you're all maneuvering around this thing, and this thing is in trance, you notice it starts getting a little queasy. It doesn't break the trance, but he does puke all over the place. You see a lot of this gooey stuff that you were following and tracking on your way here. But oddly enough, he spits out a pixie. And then also out topples more of these plants that have eyes and teeth. And that's all you see. Mistake, your turn.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna steady aim to give myself advantage
You
on shooting.
do that. You remember the diagram that Professor Varelda Lang was like showing you in class.
Still dealing with the owl's wisdom and the weird keen vision that gave her.
Oh, pretty lights. Garbage King likes pretty lights.
That's a 17 plus thing.
That hits. That arrow hits it square in the fungus, in the hump. And it just roars. Think you could fool me? I'm the king! And then your chromatic orb. Roll me something.
16 plus things.
That hits.
He's gonna be sneaky about it. So imagine him hugging the tree trunk, and he's aiming from behind the tree trunk. He just shoots it sneakily and then hides behind the tree trunk again.
Okay, and what kind of damage is it?
Let's do frost.
Okay.
Let's be cognizant of where we are.
Alright. It is Cos's turn.
Koss is going to do what they would have held and drop the hypnotic pattern, and through the hypnotic pattern shoot Enfeebling Ray.
Nice.
All of its strength-based attacks do half damage.
It is next.
Okay, so it has to make a dex save, otherwise it's restrained by the web.
He sees like where the arrow came from and the ray of enfeeblement that's right in front of him, and then realizes he's in some sort of weird sticky substance. Okay. 13.
Does not pass.
So it's doing one of these bull charges, like, and then it just trips over the webbing. It's trapped in it, and it just tries to grapple out of it. It does have a very high strength, so that's its action, and that's a 21.
Okay, that gets out.
And he does manage to get out. Griff, you are next. You see the Garbage King stumbling towards your friends. What do you do?
Lumbering.
I'm gonna use some sorcery points, and I'm gonna do Quicken Spell, which allows me to use a bonus action. So I'm gonna Misty Step down.
Hell yeah, you are.
And then he goes... Hey, what day of the week is it?
I don't know.
It's garbage day. And he hurls, two-handed over his head, hurls a fireball.
The fire.
I like the idea that Griff is genuinely laughing at his own jokes so much that he almost can't make this spell.
Yeah.
The Garbage King is staring at Griff and it just grins. The fire hurls towards it, hits it, lights a bunch of his hump on fire, and then the fungus. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! The fire hits it in its hump. There's a roar for like a second. And the fungus just sprays the fire away. Oh, kitty!
I had a catchphrase.
Delicious kitty! Hey!
Oh, no.
Did any of the fireball touch the web or no?
You know,
Like,
probably,
past
but
it?
like
20-foot radius.
this,
Yeah.
like some of
Okay, so
this.
definitely then. It says the webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in 1 round. The web is now on fire.
Can I use his movement to climb up the tree?
Sure, your fireball did fuck all. There.
Alright, he will cast Ray of Sickness, which is Basta of food poisoning.
Oh boy.
So he gets out his baster and just squirts it.
That
30,
hits.
20.
That will hit. Gary squirts it with the baster of food poisoning, and it does not feel good. As it's staring at Griff and savoring, and be like, delicious kitty.
I am not a kitty.
It rose up again, and guess what? About 5 little things stumble out within 10 feet of Griff, and they look up at you, and they start singing. An entire squad of mushrooms are spat out from the belly of this beast. Mistake is next. Probably really annoyed by seeing a lot more campestries.
She doesn't dislike them, she just doesn't want to be responsible for them. So now she sees a bunch of them and she's like, oh good, there are more. We can just give the one we have to these ones and it's not our problem anymore.
No, we have to start an acapella group now. Are you kidding me?
Right. So no, she's just gonna fire, steady aim, 13 plus 7.
That'll hit.
10, 15, 22 points of damage.
How do you do this?
We did say try to not kill it, right?
That's Cos's preference, but Cos's, cinnamon roll.
We'll try to just knock it out, I think, and then make the decision if we should just humanely kill it. If this is a swamp, I'm picturing fuck tons of trees everywhere, and there's like a massive canopy above us.
Yep.
From a slightly higher vantage within this tree, Mistake can see a collection of rotted branches that are sort of caught in other vines and other things like right above this creature, and she shoots an arrow, or does the fancy thing with like multiple arrows so that they kind of go in a fan up into that mess.
It collapses on top of it. Hits it square in the head to the point where it just falls unconscious. But you can see that it is still breathing. It's just knocked out.
Is this where we use the sending stones to call in the actual adults?
Probably?
We count as adults?
Well, yeah, but the ones who aren't students.
Okay, sure, yes.
If it wakes
The
up, I'm
answer
gonna
is
kill
yes.
it. Just so we're clear, I'm not a kitty.
Just, quick kill?
Just give me a second. Cos wants to try and text thoughts on this thing.
Its emotional state right now is...
Oh my head.
Yeah, definitely what just happened. Like, distraught, danger senses going haywire.
I can try to probe deeper and it can make a wisdom save.
I'm gonna not do that because he's unconscious. It doesn't make sense. So you just probe.
So
Yeah,
it's
just probe. Just
First
probe.
the aperture,
Probe.
now probes.
Yeah.
insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates.
So it is currently thinking, my trash. I don't want to lose my trash. And it is also thinking, I haven't digested that book yet. thinking constantly about that book that it ate days ago, weeks ago even. That's what you get.
Griff, this seems like a proper living, thinking creature.
It tried to kill us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it just kind of seems like it's doing what a creature would do, which was protecting itself and its territory.
Sure. But also apparently causing real big problems for others.
Yeah, by finding food for itself.
Fair.
Found the garbage king. We're at a clearing 3 miles from your uncle's cottage. Bring Philomi and Kadron. I don't think he'll use the last 7 words, I don't know.
She will respond immediately. So glad you're okay. What is the Garbage King exactly? But we're on our way.
They'll see what they
They'll
get.
be here within an hour.
Want to check out the lair?
Yeah. Mistaken Gary, you're checking this out?
Yeah.
So, I'm not even gonna make you roll for this. When you enter, oh boy. It was already a downtrodden building because it's an abandoned tavern that might have been in use at some point. Maybe you can see a broken sign near the entrance. Now it's decrepit and old and full of spiderwebs. But on top of that, the Garbage King has brought in so much garbage. Piles and piles of stuff. Not just garbage, but dirt and muck and fungus, and it reeks. Can you both roll me investigation?
Sorry, I'm excited. I'm good at this.
So a 9.
Okay, mistake.
27.
God damn. Gary, you sure do find some garbage.
Yeah. Mistake goes in, deals with the smell. She just takes the red scarf, like wraps it around her face and ties it in the back to help deal with the smell of everything.
Gary, I'll throw you a bone. You find some alchemy ingredients.
Amazing!
For
That's
class.
honestly what he would have been looking for.
For class, yeah, you do find some of that. Mistake. As you're looking around, seeing what you can find, you're not finding much other than garbage, and then all of a sudden, because this is a decrepit old building, like the sunlight is streaking in through a lot of holes in the roof and in the walls, and something shiny glimmers. If you're looking down, it's glimmering on the floor, but it's coming from above. There's a second floor, and something through the hole is shining bright yellow at you.
I'm gonna go check it out.
You go up some decrepit stairs, and you find that in the upstairs section is a big old stash of gold. 200 gold to be exact. Just lying.
Just going to not say a word to anyone and find a way to just stash all of it. We'll deal with it after.
Gary, can you roll a perception check?
She's not trying to steal it from everyone. She's just trying to keep the finding quiet for the moment.
19.
Okay. So yeah, you totally hear the sound of coins rattling upstairs.
Oh yeah, she's trying to do this quickly before the staff people arrive.
Yeah.
So Gary will also head upstairs, see Mistake doing this, and just kind of be like, and just also start smashing gold.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, okay, guess that's what we're doing.
As Koss and Griff are huddling around this creature that's unconscious, you know, you're talking amongst yourselves, you're debating, hey, this is a sentient creature. Griff is like, yeah, but it's causing trouble. It twitches.
Give me 1 second, please.
Just one?
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Throw up the book, throw up the book, throw up the book.
It opens its eyes. And then it... I'm sorry, Koss, if you're right in front of it,
Yep.
you're gonna get hit with this thing.
Yep, okay, that's fine.
Can you roll a dexterity saving throw?
Sure.
14.
Okay, that passes. Some of your clothes start to ooze. It's acid, so it's melting down the bottom of your pants and your shoes.
Yeah, prestidigitation. Clean that off.
And among the acid is a book that it just spits out and it topples. The book is purple. Purple leather, bound in golden lining with the silhouette of a golden unicorn, or the head of a golden unicorn, on the cover. It looks like real gold. On the binding, you can read The Lore of LaRue. And on the bottom, just the words, property of Rose L. Pentegar.
I'm going to need to borrow something to pick this up with. This is why Shelley's wet rag was useful.
So Griff considers his top is intact. His pants are not intact.
Oh God.
He gives you his pants.
Is he wearing like wrestling shorts underneath? Or?
He's got short shorts and his high tops and his jacket.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And you hand your ripped up pants to Cos to pick up this book?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Griff.
Yeah, don't mention it.
We reconvene, and you have a few minutes before the staff, Philomi and Kadrin, show up with presumably Aurora and Thorn.
Gary will just give Mistake the side eye, like, should we say something to them? Should we wait?
It's like, just kind of shrugs to be like,
We found something we'll explain back at HQ, just...
So did we.
Okay.
Also, finger
Alright.
to mouth, shush.
Okay, so just don't say anything till we're back elsewhere.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And just because I don't want to make you two do all the work here, Philomi and Kadrin do show up with a squad of Dragon's Guard, including Sergeant Stophalis, who has brand new ranks on his coat.
Is he no longer a sergeant?
He is Lieutenant Stophalis now. He shows up, he's actually quite happy to see you. I mean, he hasn't seen you since last year, so he's hiding back some of the eagerness. All right, set up a perimeter around the area and leave the talking to me. And he walks up to you guys. F squad.
Sergeant Stophalis, or, I don't know military ranks, what does that mean?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
Stophalis.
Oh, Lieutenant Stophalis, congratulations.
That's right, thank you.
But there's less good alliteration now. Sergeant Stophalos, Lieutenant Stophalos doesn't have the same ring to it.
Did you get promoted through Staff Sergeant Stophalis?
What, sorry, this is not what I thought we were going to be talking about today. He's looking right at the Garbage King like, what on earth happened here?
We took care of it. That's what happened.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
this is the Garbage King, it calls itself. They call themselves. It's Brackish Drudge? Was that what it was called?
Drudge.
Brackish Drudge, that seems to have been collecting garbage from the campus of Witherbloom and possibly other places.
I'm sorry, did you just say it called itself? They don't talk.
Yeah, so this one does. Which, I know it doesn't say so in the textbooks, but if we wake it up, then we can ask them themselves.
Damn, how many languages does it speak?
Far as I can tell, just common.
Either of you seen anything like as quirky as this?
Are there still pixies and Campestri
Yeah.
around?
Oh yeah.
And are the Campestri are a different color than normal, right?
Yes, they are.
Are the pixies also different from normal?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so Philomi is very distracted by these and has just sort of held out a hand for pixies to land on and is not paying any attention to the conversation.
Oh, that's new. Oh, it must be the civilization, progress, bringing all sorts of new creatures this way. That's, never seen a pixie around these parts.
Well, it seems like something's happening in this area. Our best theory is some sort of Fey portal or something is just bringing these kinds of creatures in and also possibly affecting this Garbage King.
Burp up a bunch of them.
So either he ate them or he is the source of them.
That's kind of what I was wondering. What if he is the Fey portal?
Where's the third creature?
Third creature?
There are the Campestri, there are the pixies. Where's the third one?
What third one?
There's always a third one.
Don't look at me, lad.
What do you mean there's always a third one? Is this like a rule of threes thing?
There are always threes. So, where's the third creature?
Can I look around to see if I can find any signs?
Sure.
It's a 22.
Oof. Among the shrubbery, among the plant life surrounding you, which you also have noted is a lot more colorful than Sedgemoor in general. Something's moving. Something that's blending in. And it's a little bit snake-like, but it's not slithering on any surface. It's kind of flying.
I think I see something moving in the woods.
Griff readies an attack.
Flumy
It's
will
coming from this area just for
put
flavors
the
purposes.
pixie into her hair and investigate.
It'll just chill there. That's so cute.
Griff is behind Philip.
Yeah, okay. And as you get a few steps closer and closer, it scurries like a cat, frightened. And you see that it's a fairy dragon. And it is bright blue, and every time it flies, it leaves behind a trail of sparkles.
Well, that answers that question.
Can I try to collect the sparkles?
Yes, but try to do a sleight of hand check.
A sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Could I, like, use alchemist supplies?
Scoop some of the...
Yeah, like, scoop it into a
Okay.
vial. I just got expertise in this, so...
Okay, alright, you can flaunt it.
Thank you. So I rolled a 5, which is a 15!
Okay. Yes, you're able to collect some of this dust.
Hell yes.
It starts off as kind of gaseous, but as you put it into the vial, it condensates against the walls and begins to drip down into this, like, sparkly liquid.
Nice.
Lieutenant Stophalos will look at the four of you and ask, right, so garbage, fae, creatures, and plant life. Anything else that we should know about that you all found?
That's most of it.
Most?
All
I
of
mean,
it.
yeah, that's pretty much all of it. The garbage king was the one who was eating all the dryads' food. It, like, spits on things, which is probably a normal brackish tribes thing.
It did attack some students. Have you had any reports of that?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Well, if anybody does tell you about that, let us know so that we can, follow up with them.
So, what are you going to do with it now?
Well, normally we'd kill it, but you just said that it spoke.
Yes.
That changes things.
It's kind of a unique being at this point, and it feels like it would be a shame to just kill it.
And speaking of which, it's snoring. It's just like... precious.
Koss has painted a cage around this thing to contain it.
That's beautiful.
Because I couldn't do that big of an object until this level. And Koss will attempt to poke it to wake it up.
Okay. Just to give you guys some privacy, I think the people that stayed with you are the 2 staff members and Lieutenant Stophalos. The rest of the Dragon's Guard are setting up their perimeter, searching the place. I'm just going to say Aurora and Thorn didn't show up because I don't want to play that many NPCs. We can catch up with them later. They weren't allowed to come. There you go. So, you poke it. It takes a bit of effort. This is a big, lumpy guy. And then suddenly just...
Excuse me, your Majesty? Mr. King of Garbage?
Yes, that's me. Don't forget it.
Of course.
What is this?
Oh, it's just a little thing for our safety, given that you attacked us earlier. Koss backs up.
Yeah,
Range
he
of
begins
Aura.
like a caged animal begins to sort of panic.
Griff, his ring starts to glow, and he points it over at Trashting's house, and he says, "Easy there, Your Highness. We just want to talk."
No, my garbage. Bad kitty. Garbage king eats kitty.
Oh, okay, we're going to...
You're gonna have...
Yep, okay. Just hold on to that thought, okay?
Tell
Keep
kitty.
it down. Remember the calming emotions, calming language?
I don't like it.
Self-affirmations.
Kadron wants to ask the Garbage King in Sylvan if he speaks Sylvan.
He looks at you, he squints.
Huh? What's this girl in overall saying?
She's gonna do the same thing but with all the other languages she speaks, which takes a while.
There's something wrong with her. Get me out of this thing.
It understands none of those.
Listen, sir, Mr. King, if you don't mind us asking, first off, how long have you been royalty?
He gets very sad all of a sudden.
Stupid pixies! Show up at Garbage King's home, give me voice, says show us around, and we give you anything you want. I said make me king. They said okay. They made me this. They laugh, stupid pixies, so I eats them. I eats them all. But they kept coming.
Cos side-eyes the pixie that's currently on Chloe's finger.
Yeah.
I see. Listen, I don't know if this means anything to you, but we're students at one of the foremost magical universities in Arcadios. And if you're worried about the way that you are, we can help to fix that, I'm sure.
Fix. Garbage King likes having voice. He no have voice before.
I don't know, maybe we could keep the voice. What do you think of librarian?
I mean, I am a linguist. I think it'd be fascinating to study someone who just got the power of speech.
I mean, he did use the K word.
I know. Listen,
sorry,
he just got the power of speech. He doesn't understand the cultural connotations of what that means.
Kitty come to my home, shoot fireball at me, and I am asshole.
He said it, not me.
I learned that word from pixies. I don't know what it means, but I know it's mean.
Do you know what all the words you use mean, or only some of them?
Some of them.
Fascinating.
So, would that be amenable to you?
Amenable?
Would you like that? To go with the linguist? To study language and speak new things?
I have so much hunger all the time now.
You mean like way more hunger than before?
Yes, I eat pixies. They keep coming from book, so I eat book, but they kept coming.
Well, you threw up a half-eaten, largely destroyed book. So if the book was causing it, you'll be better now.
I did?
Yeah, you were kind of not entirely awake.
Sergeant Cephalus looks over at you and says, "Where's that book?"
Oh, I mean, it was really gross and slimy, and there was only like half of it left. You couldn't read any of it. We thought it might cause problems. And, well, it did. It just kind of burst into flames.
Oh.
You can see the singe marks on the ground here.
Good! Burn book. No more pixies come out.
Yes, that's true. I think this could be good. I don't know what waste disposal is like at Strixhaven, but I'm sure we could do with a better source for it. Tell you what, if you go along with these nice people here, I can make you any piece of garbage that you want to eat right now. Whatever you've always wanted.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
Banana peels.
Okay. I suppose. Yep, sure.
I always wanted to try banana peels, but dryads eat it.
So Kost looks over towards the rest of the Dragon's Guards and Philomi and Kadrin and says, "Be careful, the cage is going away."
Understood.
Philomi gets into a defensive stance just in case.
And as the cage dissipates, Kost takes their magical paint out and paints a banana peel into the air.
Before it even lands, are you throwing it, tossing it? Yeah, he's gonna fetch it like a dog. And the ground rumbles beneath you.
Lieutenant, if there is some sort of a portal in this area, it might be best if I look for it.
Go right ahead. You are the expert in such matters, I think.
I would hardly consider myself an expert, but if it is a hidden portal, I'm not at much risk compared to others.
It's fair. Be my guest. Miss Kadrin?
I wanted to take the king to see the wonders of linguistics.
Right. We can escort you. It's a bit dangerous to just walk with it.
I mean, I think I'd be fine, but if that's what you want.
And as the lieutenant is talking to the staff, the Garbage King will come back to the F squad. And more discreetly will say, as he's munching on the banana peel, "4 of you attack me. I attack back. But 4 of you freed me. I help."
So should we just go back? No, should we join the escort to bring him to Linguist Central?
Where are they even taking him? Are they just bringing him to the library?
I hope not. You'd make a terrible mess.
I mean, the nicest way possible, not a problem. I mean, Why don't we
I
go?
kind of agree with this.
Yeah,
Check
also
out
that.
Are there interesting
Should
things?
we bring our compestry to join the other ones? And leave with a bunch of compestry?
I think Bart would appreciate the sleep.
Okay,
Wonderful.
sounds like a plan. Now let's go back and deal with all the nothing that we found. So as they're about to head off, Costa's like fiddling with her paints and just like, all right, let's go! And then turns around and smacks into Gary. And they drop all of their things.
Oh, okay, that's this
Yep, sorry.
activated
Here,
bomb
here you
in
go.
the
Yep.
It's a bunch of gold that's just.
I feel like that could have been avoided.
I think unbeknownst to either of them, they both pick up a vial from the other person.
Are we good?
Yep, let's go.
all good.
Can't bring you two anywhere.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us again this week. This episode was recorded in Watertown, Massachusetts, also known as the traditional land of the Pecosset and Nanantum peoples. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. We've provided a link to their web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our talented players, Tyler Rubin, Rin Garnett, Michael Yang, and Nikki Aguilar-Thompson. This story would not be the same without their wonderful creativity. I've been your host and DM, Alex Aguilar-Thompson, and I hope to see you here again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio.
So, do you know what the word abominable means?
Boom. Is that bomb?
No, but okay, so you know what the word bomb means. Alright, what about the word terrible? Do you know that word?
Yes, we like that word.
Okay, alright. Just getting an idea of like what level his vocabulary goes.
Yeah.
I would like to see Kadrin riding the garbage thingy into battle later.
Peyton is a druid.
She's like, do you know this word? Oh, charge!